Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to rust. Yes, we are. Let me show you what we're going to rust and how we're going to rust it. Again, another new technique to me, and I've seen a lot about it. So we're going to give it a bash and see how it turns out. So let me show you the rusting subject matter that we're going to be doing, and yeah, I'll explain what it is that I think we're going to do. So let's have a look at the hard body. Right, so this is what we're going to use. I've got an old Jeep hard body that I have never used actually. It's never been on a truck. Bought it, built it, wasn't super impressed by it. Things didn't really fit properly. So yeah, we're going to use this as a test bed. In one of my previous videos with the Gaz 66 truck, you saw that I weathered that, and I weathered it using the AK rust streaking, which for me came out absolutely exceptional. Really happy with the way I did it. It involves painting the body, sanding through till you get to the red, grey, whatever primer color you use, and then coating this on with a paintbrush and a rag to wipe it off or dot it off and give you a bit of a rusty look. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do sort of half and half with this other new technique I'm going to use, and then half with the AK rust streaking. So yeah, let's get this out, and this is pretty interesting. I don't know if you can see the label, can we? Yep, it's rusting iron paint. We've got rusting iron primer, and we've got the rusting iron catalyst. So this is genuine rust. It's iron, it's got a catalyst which makes it rust. So we're going to have a crack on this and have a look at the two side by side, and you guys can let me know what you think. There's a little bit of a process with this as well, so I'm going to need to just brush up a little bit before we crack on. And yeah, let's see how this comes out. I'm hoping that this really does look very cool. And from the photos I've seen from the guy I bought the material from, by the way, link in the description down below of where I got this. It's from his eBay store. So put the link down below. Go and get yourself some if you like this video. So anyway, let's start going through the processes and show you what we have to do with this. Right, so here we are. First, we're going to apply the rusting iron paint to some of this, and I'm going to do that using a washing pad. Going to use two sides of it. This side is fairly smooth and that side's fairly coarse, so I just want to see what type of texture it provides doing it. So one side should theoretically speaking be different to the other. So let's shove some of this on the bonnet and see what it looks like. I'm going to need to allow it to dry. Once it starts to dry or is dry, then I'm going to spray it with the activating solution, and we'll see how that looks. And I'll put that on time lapse so that we can see what the rust starts to look like. So let's apply the first, and hopefully it comes out like I want it to. Right, so we've got the iron solution on pretty much where I want it and how I want it. I've gone a little bit heavy in certain areas over here because I want that rust to be a little bit more defined, and quite light over here. I have noticed that putting it on quite thin with the sponge, as you can see, looks a little blotchy, But let's let this dry now, and then I am going to put on the activator and see how that turns out without the cat smelling it. Go on, move. So let's see what it looks like when it's dry, and then we'll hit it with the activator. Right, so the first coat of the iron primer paint is pretty much dry. There's one or two little spots over there, but I'm just gonna dab that about. That won't matter much. So yeah, that looks like it's dry, and it is now ready for the rusting catalyst. So supposedly you're supposed to spray this 2-3 times to get, you know, a good rust effect out of it. So let's put it on, and yeah, we'll see what the what it does, if that's open. Which I don't think it is. I think it's locked. Is it? Ah, there we go. Right, so we don't want to overcoat it. We just put, I believe, a lightish coat on it. I guess that should do. So let's leave it to dry and follow it. I'll put it on time lapse, and we can see what it starts to look like. So let's get on with that. Right, we're on to the second coat of the catalyst. The first coat is pretty much dried, so let's give it another coat and see how this goes. Leave this for a little while to dry, and then I think there's one more coat to put on, and we'll see what this looks like. At the moment, I don't see anything starting to turn to a rusty color, but maybe I'm being a little impatient. Anyway, let's let this dry and see how we go. Well, that's slightly interesting. You can see it starting to turn a little bit. A couple of little rust spots here and there. Yeah, so let's leave it, let it dry properly. I think I'm still going to hit it with another coat of the rust activator. So we'll do that. Smash it with another coat, let it dry, and yeah, I mean, I can certainly see it starting to form in some places. So let's see what this looks like after the last coat, and let it dry. Well, I've now got a fan on it, blowing it to help dry, but you can certainly see, look at this. The rust is starting to form. That's looking pretty cool. It's interesting that it's kind of bled a little bit over here, but yeah, you can certainly see it starting to rust. So what I think I'm going to do is leave this overnight and let it do its thing during the night, and we'll catch it in the morning and see what the effects are. I mean, I could do a much better job, obviously, but I've just, you know, giving it a try. It's a bit of a trial, test it out and see what it looks like. But I can certainly see that it's starting to turn, and so can you. So let's catch it in the morning and see what it looks like then. Well, there we have it, guys. It's now the next day, and I've let this sit overnight, and you can see all the different colors. Super interesting. What I found is that obviously the heavier the coat you put that, and the lighter coat this, it really gives you different colors. So that is sort of very, very light rusting with a little bit of sort of green iron oxide oxidization that you can see in it. The heavier coats over here is definitely, yeah, it's come out like absolutely real rust. Spectacular. It's come out like I want. Now, bearing in mind that this was just a test piece, it's just to try it to see what it actually looks like once it's dry, what kind of effects we get. I've learned a couple of things just by doing this. For one, that sponge is definitely too big. What I would suggest you do is take a small piece like so and just dab it around, you know, and you can get the effects that you want. Or maybe something a bit coarser will give you a different finish too. And use some tweezers or pliers or what have you, and just kind of dab it. To try and work it into the places you want it is going to be a little difficult, but you know, it's come out exceptionally well. I mean, the rusting effect is absolutely epic. So yeah, I'm going to employ this in another rig which I've ordered. I'll put some photos on as soon as I've stopped yapping, and you can have a look at what rig it is, and it's going to be interesting. But man, it looks super cool, you know. For a first time using it, I think that's the way to go. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of a discovery video. And yeah, stay tuned and let's see what we do with the rusting pigment with the iron paint, and it should be pretty cool. So as I've said before, I've put the link in the description down below as to where you can get this in the UK, of course. In the States, I'm sure you guys all have somewhere to go and get it. There's lots of places about. But yeah, I'm super happy with that. Anyway, please like, comment, smash that subscribe button as always. It goes a long way, guys. And it's free to do. Most of my viewers are not subscribed. So let's get that subscribe count up. Anyway, keep on RCing and keep on being an RC adventurer, and we will catch you in the next video. Photo of the body that's coming to follow. Thanks, guys.